Hey y'all, how are you glowing? Oh, it is, what's today's day? October 5th. And this is just how I'm looking today. um, Kind of fix my 4 year, she's 5. I keep saying my 4 year old. My fourth child, my third child, Aria, who's now 5. She said to me this morning, she was looking at me, and it really shows how much your kids are looking at you and how you carry yourself. Because she was looking at me and she was saying something about my scarf I had on earlier. And then she was saying, your hair is sticking up, Mom. Your hair is always sticking up. I was like, so that was only because I slept without a scarf and I did not comb it. Like, I fixed my hair in the front, my lace, and then I put the scarf on to hold it down. She was like, your hair is always sticking up, Mom. So I just, yeah. But I am, it's October 5th. So Tuesday, October 5th. Me and Rennie, we're home. This is the second day and pretty much the first month since moving that Hubs has not been home with us. So, he started a new job and I'm so happy for him because he loves it. And I'll probably get some clips of him talking about it, maybe like what he does now. But he loves driving and he loves like the logistics industry. So he found a job where he's not tied to it. That was very important for him. He didn't want something where he had to be in it. Y'all, I don't know what's up with this phone. It cut me out, but I was saying he wanted something where he didn't have to he didn't have to necessarily clock in and clock out. Like, his schedule was dictated, which is something we talk about all the time. So I'm very proud of him. He started it today, and he has a lot of flexibility. He can go pick up packages when he wants, and if he needs to take a day off, he can, or whatever. So he likes it. Yeah, but yesterday I could tell it was kind of a struggle for him because we've been together pretty much every day since we moved. So for the last 6 months, pretty much, we've been doing everything together, go out together, we're home together. So he was just talking about how much he missed us. And it was a bit of a challenge because it was something new. And, yeah, it's like getting out of your comfort zone because he was comfortable. So I totally understand because I'm used to him being here. But yesterday I didn't bother him on his first day of doing it because I wanted him to figure it out and, begin to, see, I didn't want to bother him. So he texted me a couple times yesterday and that was it. But I didn't bother him and I didn't want him to think it's not like I didn't miss him or anything like that. It was his first day doing it. So I kind of wanted his focus to be on that. I knew he would come home talking about it anyway, so I knew I didn't need to call him and just ask him. I texted him, asked him how everything was going and stuff like that. He said good, so I just checked in on him. But yesterday, so me and Serenity was home, me and Rennie. Hey, mama. Dimples. You got your magnet? Mm-hmm. Oh, so this is the second day. Magnet. And I just got off the phone with him. And yeah. So I can see even being like, we can't really take time to talk while he's doing that, because he's literally like delivering multiple packages in like same neighborhoods and stuff like that. So yeah, but he loves it. The flexibility is contract work, which is very important because we're going to be having the baby in like, y'all, it's October. So October 2nd is her due date. I mean, January 2nd is her due date. So the 2nd is gone. So November, December, 3 months. Stop kicking me, Ren. So 3 months until she comes. I don't know, but I have this feeling she might come early. So I don't know, but I'm praying that all is well. That, you know, God, it's the Lord's will. You know, when she comes, only He knows, and we just want to be prepared for that. So him having a job like this and me having flexibility in what I do for work is very important, because we don't have family here like that. So we can't just take our kids to my parents like we usually would while I'm in the hospital having a baby. And also the lockdown of like work, you know, a job, which last year when we had Serenity in February, oh my God, y'all, it was just such a different experience. It was so stressful, and he was working nights, and um yeah, so when Serenity came, he was pretty much, he didn't get no sleep for like 3 days. He was literally like a zombie. And I don't know. It's amazing when you can look back and really reflect on how far you've come, because the space we were in, the energy we were in, like the energy we had, our atmosphere, our environment was just, it sucked. Like we just were not in a good place in any area of our lives. So it's just amazing, man. God is so good. So good, so good, so good. He felt like we were ready for growth, and we felt like we were in agreement with God. So we've come very far, and I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of him, and yeah. So right now, me and Rennie I'm trying to get her to wind down for a nap. It's 12:15. Well, this clock is a little fast. Ren! See, this how she get when she's tired. And she really don't want to, like, she fight it, so she get hyped up. So I got to get her on a nap routine since it's just me and her. So I can have some time. I really have to set that boundary of creating some time in my day where, you know, I really don't want to be working or nothing. Like, as she rests, I could just relax. Because then as soon as she would wake up from a nap, Ari is coming home, then Cadence and Major. They all right behind each other. And then the day is just the day after that. So, right now I have it on this right here. This right here is like, if you have young kids, this is called Hey Bear Sensory. And they have like a lot of amazing, she likes it. She loves to watch this because the fruit, it's like a sensory thing. So they dance around, it's different music and it's colors, and she'll get up and dance. And they have relaxing videos like this, and they have some hype videos, and then they have like, this one is a black and white one. I see, she likes it. So this one I have it on right now is sleepy, like a bedtime one. Just gonna go off. Yeah, let's watch the lanterns. Let's see what this one is about. And even as I'm looking at this, y'all, I'm like, I gotta figure out, I gotta keep her toys out of here. So what I'm working on now is, what I'm working on right now is like, I think I'm trying to make a habit of cleaning up the house before we go to bed, but it doesn't work every night. We usually fall asleep pretty early, everybody. And me and Dad will fall asleep on the couch. So I want the toys out of the living room. So I think we're getting ready to you see those lanterns? Yeah. This gonna make me fall asleep, Ray. This one is just a relaxing video. A good wind down video. I'm probably about to fix her some milk and let her lay down. But she took an early nap yesterday and on her own. So, but yeah. So what I was saying about the toys is like I'm not gonna be that mom that acts like I don't have kids, because we have kids. I mean, toys everywhere in the house, especially with my girls. Like my two oldest girls, they have stuff everywhere, and they have this thing where they don't want to stay in their room. I'm trying to figure this out where they will stay in their room and play. But what they usually do is they'll go get everything out their room and they'll bring it out here in the living room, and it's just stuff scattered everywhere, and they'll play with the baby's toys too. So what I want to do is we're getting ready to transition Serenity into the girls' room. So that means we have to get them in that mindset of transitioning as well. So like we have to get like schedules and routines in place and really stick to it. So that's one of my goals for this month, is to write out a schedule and a routine. And we want them to be used to it as well. So when it's bedtime, it's bedtime. That means even for Serenity, I mean, we got to get everybody's bodies adjusted to a certain time for bedtime. Like our bodies automatically know. So I think I just want my like living space, like our living area space, to be clear of toys, because this is a space where I like to come sit down and be calm. Also, like if we come in here and we're in here as a family, I don't want toys everywhere, because then that makes the girls and her want to pull everything out, and it's just all over the living room. So I have to start working on that. And I have a habit of doing that too, because I have a desk in my room. Like we have a good sized bedroom. So I have a little small office space in my room with my desk, and I don't sit at the desk. And in our previous place, it was so small that I had no choice but to sit at our dining room table. So that's what I tend to do now. Every day I'll bring everything out of my bedroom and sit at my dining table. And it's only because that's what's still in my mind that I'm used to, because we were in a 2-bedroom, like 900 square foot apartment. It was 5 of us. And then she came, which made it 6. So the 3 of them, my son and my 2 daughters, were in a room together. We had a very small room, and we had the baby. She was the baby at the time, so she was in our room. So everything started to overflow out into our living area. Not toys and stuff, but clutter, like boxes and overflow and all that stuff, like just began to go into our living room. So that's how we knew, like, okay, it's time for us to go. This space is too small for us. And yeah. So now that we have space, we even have enough space for this baby that's coming. Like, we don't. Side note is that, like, our lease will be up in February of next year, but we have to put in like our 60-day notice in December, I believe, if we're going to move or not. So we can stay here for another year with this baby, new baby coming, because we have enough space for that, because everybody is in their own room. And we can put Serenity in the girls' room, and we will have more than enough space to accommodate the newborn in our room. So we have been, y'all, I just want a calm space, like coming from a cluttered living area, living environment. Like we have the space where we can make it be what it needs to be. So back to what I was saying is like I want her toys and stuff to be put up at night. Like I don't want toys in here. I want the living room straightened. And they hear me complain about this all the time because my kids are capable of cleaning. So when we go to bed at night, it just gets to me when I see the dining room table with things on it, and I see the living room with toys and the covers are not folded and the pillows are not straightened, and then her toys are starting to get to me as well. So I don't know if this is just a thing from me being pregnant or if it's just a thing I just want, to create the space that I really desire to have. So I'm going to start. I don't necessarily want to put her toys away in our room because I don't want that to become a thing because we're getting ready to bring the baby in and she's going to be in our room. This is what she do, y'all. Look. Look. She's tired. Cover. Yep, there you go. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on this month. Just as far as my home and our living space, and then routines and bed schedules. Even for me and Dad, like we talked about that, like starting to put our bodies on a schedule. I mean, even though we're gonna have a newborn coming soon, it's still good to have that. But she's gonna throw us all the way off, which I already know, but that's normal when you have a newborn. But so that's what I'm gonna be working on. I'm actually finna go write all this stuff down. And then we have like, I'm not even gonna show y'all my girls' room now because it's a mess. But like I say, they have like this thing with go night night. So they have this tendency to be, this is my son. So I mean, he keeps his room very neat and clean. Besides, sometimes we have to get on to him about sweeping his floor. But he does not play about his room. And his sisters will try to come in here and leave stuff and make a mess and all that stuff. But he keeps his room pretty clean. Like, he folds his stuff. That's how he's always been since he's been young. He tries to keep things neat, which I so appreciate that he's like that. He's very timely. Come on, because you're not climbing up on his bed. But then when you go into my girl's room, so this is my girl's room, y'all. And we have to like get onto them all the time. Wait. We have to get onto them all the time about keeping this room clean. So they just, I don't know, like making their beds. They don't even have sheets on their beds right now because they both spilled water on their bed. And most of this is the doing of my 5-year-old. This is where my 7-year-old sleeps, Cadence. So we're working on, why are you over there? Huh? So we're working on how we're going to bring Serenity's bed, because she has a toddler bed, into this room. We put her in her toddler bed pretty early. She started to get to a point where she did not like her playpen very early. So we ended up transitioning her into the toddler bed, and she's been there for a while. So we are trying to figure out, I sound like I'm repeating myself, y'all, but y'all put in the comments, please let me know what y'all do if you have multiple girls and they need to be in a room together. We are trying to figure out how we can bring Serenity into this room. So we're trying to decide if we should, because these are bunk beds as well. So we can put this bed back on top of this bed and then maybe put Serenity over there. But the girls said they don't want bunk beds because this is how they slept. These are the beds we brought. This was the only bed we brought from Florida to here. So when they were sharing the room together, the three of them, Cadence was on the bottom, Major was on the top, and Ari, our 5-year-old, she had the taller bed that Serenity sleeps in now. So I was saying we should put the taller bed over here. And my husband's like, no, because he don't want her under the TV, which I totally understand. So we're just trying to figure that out and get that going so she can be used to sleeping in here. And then it's a must on a bedtime routine because sometimes she'll go to sleep earlier than they do. And sometimes we really have to like fight with them to go to sleep. So we've already discovered that we have to have them baths and dinner and like them in their rooms settling down very early, not 8 o'clock, because I want them going to sleep by 8:30. So I have to have them like settling down in their rooms by 7:30. And that's still really early. It's still light outside, but so what? It's just what we're going to have to do. Because as she goes to sleep, I want them to be in bed already winding down, maybe reading a book. But they come in here and they'll pull stuff out. They're playing. They are like, so yeah, that's not my struggle right now. But I'm just kind of sharing where I'm at as a mom because they're not used to routines and schedules since we moved. Now, when we were back home, I had them on a schedule. And this move kind of just knocked everything out of order, and we got to get everything back in order because we need our house to be operating in excellence. So I'm actually going to start that this week. Now, what I'm transitioning Serenity into their room too is that this is a closet, y'all. It's not going to look like this forever. My husband bought this thing for their shoes, which I so appreciate. I think we need one in our room. Stop, Ren. Stop. So, stop it. So see this is what they do. So what we have to do now is clean this out. I know a lot of this stuff I probably can throw away. Like we have look, that's the booster seat up there. It's just stuff like snow cone machine. One of the kids got for Christmas last year, like the foot spa. Most of this stuff belongs to them, but we just have to organize it where we can get Serenity's things in here too and out of our room. Because we just have to make room for the baby and she's going to be in our room. That's Cadence's art stand. And I'm not an organizer, y'all. Like, I'm not, but I'm claiming that God will give me the wisdom to do this. My husband is definitely the organizer. So I have the vision and he'll do it. We have Ari's gymnastic bar. So we just got to get everything straightened out and in order in here too. So the three of them, they'll be, but this is a blessing because they didn't even have this much closet from where we moved from. So, yeah, I know that I have to get this house in order. Come on, Ren. You know, they got their own bathroom. I also put this up here because I'm going to start writing their routines on here as well as I write it out. With today being Tuesday. So I think I'm actually going to start today because it's going to be raining for most of the week. So they won't be going outside or anything like that. So from the time they come home to the time that they go to bed, which is like, it's like they get home around 2:45. Everybody is home. So between 2:45 to, I want to say about 6:45, that's 4 hours to have them on a tight schedule or routine during the week. So that even means that we have to have dinner going, eating at the table, because we even started something where we all sit together as a family at the table and eat. And we've been doing that for like the past month, and it has been working out very well. And we have these questions. We spark communication with them. So my son at his last school, he has like these jar of questions that, huh? Yeah. These questions that you ask the family, but we're gonna get more. Like I'm gonna go and look on Pinterest and stuff like that and do more cards with questions. And we all go around and pull one out of the little jar and we ask each other and we talk about it. And it's been so good. So they're used to that now. With us sitting at the table, because sometimes me and dad just don't feel like sitting at the table for dinner. We just want to kind of let them eat and keep going. But I think it's good because it stops us in our busyness and makes us come and say, okay, it's dinner time. Everybody's sitting at the table. One of them, they're not going to allow us to not come to the table because they sit there now when they get their food and they're waiting for us to sit down and say grace and eat. So that means that they're used to it now versus we would just fix lunch or fix dinner and me and dad would be over here watching TV while they're over there at the table eating. So So that's a little update about what's going on in my house so far. I'm going to keep y'all updated on this. But if you have any ideas or suggestions about, and you have multiple children and you've gone through this where, you know, 3 girls, I have to put them in a room, or even getting them on bedtime schedules and routines and like, I know it's a transition, it's a change, so it's not necessary. You know, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna speak and declare that the transitions will be easy and smooth, and it will go with ease, and everybody will grasp it and enjoy it. Because that kind of implements rules in the house and a foundation. So I'm claiming that it's gonna go well, and that God will give me and Dad the wisdom to do this as we do it in our own lives. But before I go, I was even saying this about my desk, like my desk space, which I'm going to show y'all real quick, that I should be so appreciative of because I'm so used to, it's dark in the living room, y'all. But because I'm so used to like sitting at the dining room table, like even right now, our room is a mess. I'm so used to sitting at the dining room table to do work or sitting on my couch for the past 3 years that I will bring everything in my desk space. And y'all, my room, this room we're in is like double the size of, I say double and a half the size of the room we just came from. So I have this space for my desk that I can actually enjoy, and I'm not allowing myself to enjoy my space. So it's like a collector right now, and I've been feeling some type of, I don't know, like, Crystal, you have your desk and it's for a purpose. Like, I rambled on about having a desk area, and then now that I have it, I don't sit here. And that's kind of saying like I'm not allowing myself to get out of that mindset. I'm holding on to that. That's pretty much what it's telling me, that mindset that I'm still in a small space. I still need to sit at dining room table and work. And that's not the case. I need to be in here and start to get that in my mind that this is my desk area and this is the only place that I work out at. And I don't take work out in the living room and stuff like that. But also because it's in my bedroom too, you know, I wake up to this and go to sleep to this. So I need to have this space very organized and very neat, but also know when to turn my brain off when I come in my bedroom to sleep and relax and wind down. So like even all of this is our chest, and it collects my stuff. And that's the taller bed that we're going to move into the girls' room, so the baby can be there. And yeah, this is like side of the bed, and I zoomed in too much, y'all, because it showed clearer when I zoom in better. But yeah. So our room is a nice size. Like, we got a hall. We've never had that. A closet. We have our own bathroom, and we just came from a space where, like, we were sharing. So it's just about appreciating and really thanking God for the space, what he's doing. This is like elevation for us. And I really truly believe that your mind has to grow with your space. So now that we're in this bigger space, I'm not allowing my mind to really open up and grow like I need to. Even with us moving from Florida to Georgia, that's bigger, that's greater. And we're in an apartment almost 3 times the space that we had. That's bigger and that's greater. So my husband got on to me about this. When I find myself bringing my work out here to the dining room table, I need to stop myself and say, nope, Crystal, take it back at your desk where you're supposed to, and don't do work anywhere else. And I was starting to, like I was in my last place, stack up all of the stuff. So there was one chair at our dining room table that we had. It only had 4 chairs. And it was one of those high tables. I had one chair that nobody sat in because nobody sat in it because my computer, my books, everything that I use daily to do something on a computer or work or devotion, it was stacked in one chair. And I was starting to do that in here. I had stuff stacked in this one chair. And even though we have more than enough space, like we got a bench, the girls sit here, Major or my husband sit there, or somebody sits there, and I'm always in this seat. Nobody was sitting in that chair because I was starting to stack my stuff, and my husband was like, you're not finna do that, okay? He was like, we don't live in a small space no more. You don't have to work the way you did. He put me in check, and I appreciate that. He really put me in check for that, and I was like, okay, yep, you're right. So I can't tell y'all when the last time I sat at my desk, but that's also something that I'm gonna put in my mind to do as well. Sit at my desk and work. Right now I gotta get a new chair though, because the little chair that I had sitting at my desk has been out on the porch, and it's not comfortable for me and this right now. No, Ren. So, yep. So that's what's been going on with me. I just wanted to chat a little bit, and my chats always go over 30 minutes, y'all. But if you got this far, I thank you for, listening. I appreciate you for listening. This is my outlet sometimes because, I don't have relationships like that, but I've definitely been praying for them. And that's part of me opening up my mind to receive and accept relationships, because I know I'm like that because of previous relationships, and I need to let that go. I've always had, women, it could have been me, I could have repelled them because of where I was, but I've always had great women, some great, come into my life, and they don't stay. And maybe it was because I wasn't ready for those relationships. Like they were women that I needed. And then I had some relationships that I feel like was drawn to me because of where I was. And I feel like those relationships left me more broken than the other relationships that I should have been trying to hold on to. So that's a whole nother video too. I'm out of here. Follow me on Instagram at Crystal Clayton _. And I'm always open to new friendships. Comment below or send me a DM or something like that. And I hope y'all have a good day.